there are many main LLMs out there, and it's all the main big AI companies that you know. You've got Claude, you have ChatGPT, you have Grok, you have Gemini, you have some that combine them all like Perplexity, and many others. And there's a dangerous trap a lot of people keep falling into because they get the new shiny object syndrome, where they see that this new model by, say, Grok was released, let's say Grok 4, and it's the best on all the benchmarks, and they decide, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and cancel my subscription here or keep it and then buy that subscription to get the most out of that model because now it's the best. But they're heavily overlooking a key factor, which is that all of these LLMs, the Claude, the Grok, the ChatGPT, the Gemini, they're all reaching a point where it doesn't really matter too much which one you choose. It's just a matter of preference and the idea that you should stick with one. Because yes, though Grok 4 is performing the best and Claude 4.5, Sonnet 4.5 just dropped, that one is performing the best for coding right now. ChatGPT 5 is great. Apparently Gemini is going to drop their Gemini 3 soon for Flash, maybe Pro as well. And the reality is when one of these companies takes the benchmark and is winning the AI race that we're not really in because it's just industry competition and a buzzword for it, the other ones are eventually going to catch up. Like Claude with Sonnet 4.5 is amazing and a big deal, but it was kind of under the radar amidst ChatGPT 5's glorious release, which wasn't so glorious, which you can see from the video I made on that down a bit in my channel. It's important that you become familiar with the law of diminishing returns, which is that each new tool adds less benefit but more cognitive load. Let's say you're a ChatGPT power user, then Grok launches their new model, and then you go, okay, I'm gonna switch over to Grok. That's the one to be at. Then you have to spend this extra time and effort figuring out how to use Grok, the slight nuances and differences, and it's a pretty big transition. Not too big because they're all quite similar, but definitely a noticeable difference. All of these LLMs are reaching a point of good enough and will be better, if not best, at some point because they have all the funding and they're the much larger companies. They're going to upgrade eventually. So spending the time and energy switching between different ones or paying for them all isn't worth it. In fact, you should be focused on one LLM like ChatGPT, let's say, and spend most of your time and energy mastering that LLM and all the tools within it. Because ChatGPT, if you use it to its max capacity with all the tools, has all you need for sure. And if you really want to take the most advantage of it and stay on top of it and master it, you can pay for the highest end model, which is the most a month. Now, I am being a little hypocritical here because I currently pay for ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, and Perplexity, even though I have some deals on those that allow me to get a year free, I think. Oh yeah, just for Gemini and Perplexity. But my situation is a bit unique because I'm paying for all these tools to understand them all at the same time. And I've already spent and focused a lot on the one tool being ChatGPT for the longest time. I used it basically since ChatGPT 3. I have paid for the Pro, the highest end, $200 a month for a few months, and I know ChatGPT inside and out. And if you want to know ChatGPT inside and out, then there's a ChatGPT mastery course, link in the description, $99, and it'll teach you all the basics and some of the advanced stuff you need for ChatGPT. And I'm going to keep adding all the updates to that course over time. That can be your go-to place for any new changes with ChatGPT explained in a simple, easy to understand manner. So after mastering ChatGPT, I still have more to learn obviously, but I know it very well. I decided to branch out to master all the other main LLMs and AI platforms so I can teach them to everyone. And I do this in my AI mentorship, which is where you get everything that I currently have, private Discord community, everything I plan to make, all the video courses, lifetime access, money back guarantee, all that good stuff. Link is in the description. Anyway, that's why I personally am paying for them all, so I can know them well, have the experience with them over time, know the nuances and differences and the subtle changes, and then teach that. But that's because I have a business in it. If I didn't, I would just probably be sticking with ChatGPT and putting all my time and energy and focus there because it has the agent mode, it has the deep research projects, which I don't know why Gemini doesn't have. You can now buy stuff in there. You can now work within apps in there, like actually use Canva, not their usual GPT, but actually work within apps with the AI. They added MCPs and they're constantly going to be a leading company through this AI revolution. No doubt. They have the money, they have the resources, they have the most users. So that's where I would put my energy. And then you get this mastery of an LLM and the skills that come with that. And those will transfer to other ones if you ever want to try the other ones, but you don't need to because the one you're using is likely going to be good enough and at some times it'll be the best. And then another company will replace it it with a new best model. But then soon enough, your company will catch up. Company as in like Claude has Anthropic, and then ChatGPT or Chat, I gotta start saying that, has OpenAI. Gemini, you have Google DeepMind. Grok, you have XAI. But all these major AIs are converging in capability. So the real differentiator is going to become the skill, not the software. How you use the AI and all its features within it, and then what payment plan you decide to use to get the most out of that one that you're focusing on. A lot of people are mistaking tool hopping for progress in AI knowledge and skill. They think productivity equals the number of AI features, tools, and apps that you use. But again, the real productivity is coming from mastery, not novelty. So in most cases, the problem isn't that you're using the wrong tool, it's that you're not using the one tool deeply enough. So if I didn't have my business and this channel and all this interest in AI, I would be focusing on one LLM platform and maybe one tool alongside with it. So for example, if I wanted to get the most out of ChatGPT, instead of paying for all these different models and staying on top of them, I would remove my limitations in the Pro model. And I suggest you all pay for at least the $20 a month or within that range for whatever AI platform you decide to stick with, because those limitations you just want removed and want the advantages of the extra features and benefits and higher end models that you get with paying. So if you have a Netflix subscription or that other dumb subscription that you don't really need, trust me, the productivity and time you'll get back and the quality of output and the increase of quantity of output as well that you'll get from paying for an LLM is way higher than any other subscription. So I think everyone should at least be paying for one now. But anyway, if I wanted to remove any limitations and fully master one of these AIs, I would consider, if I have the money, I would get ChatGPT Pro. So then you can get the most out of all the models and all the new features and stay up to date with it. The benefits are ridiculous. Trust me, I've had Pro. It is quite nice. And honestly, I would only look for one other AI tool that would help you with the one you've selected. So let's say you do ChatGPT Plus. I would recommend some kind of AI voice diction so you can spill out your thoughts right into the prompt bar without having to type so much. And what that does is it just speeds up how quick you work with these AIs, because you can talk much faster. No matter how fast you think you can type, you can talk much faster. So I would do something like Whisperflow AI. I'm not sponsored. It's just a great company and I love their features. And something like that would be a great coupling with ChatGPT. And that would be it. I would recommend most people should stick with 2 to 3 AI tools. One is honestly all you need. That's the minimum. I would recommend paying for at least one of these models, and I would recommend 3 max. But once you start going into something like what I'm doing, where I'm paying for all these main LLMs and some extra AI tools on top of that, then you're just dispersing that time and effort when you could be getting more skilled within the one LLM, understanding the full settings and features capabilities and how to use them the best and how to organize everything well within one, which is another factor, because organization becomes quite an issue when you're using all these different LLMs, because things get messy, how you set up projects and workspaces, and the workflow can be quite chaotic. That's really all I wanted to say, so you can stop wasting time and money and this extra effort in tool hopping or getting too involved with too many AI tools, because there's constantly new ones being thrown at you and it can be very overwhelming. You should just stick with the big companies. The average person should. Certain unique cases like building an app, it might be worth to go to Lovable and get good with building apps. That would be a whole other concept in video. But for the average person or the average small business or most people and most businesses, you should just pick one of the main companies to stick with. And again, I recommend ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or Grok. Any of those and you'll be good to go for the long run, because none of those companies are slowing down. They're just going to keep developing and innovating and get better and better. So have some loyalty for one of these companies, stick with them, become very skilled and understand all the features within that one, and be organized and have your life focused around that one LLM instead of dispersing across all these tools. I'm reading a book, Essentialism, right now, and it talks about this idea of the non-essentials versus the essentials. Just get an essential like ChatGPT Plus. Kind of ranted there. I know some of that is repetitive and a bit redundant, but I really just wanted to drive that home. Again, if you want to know ChatGPT inside and out a lot better and become very skilled with it, there's a video course in the description. My AI mentorship is down there too. If you want to be in a Discord community, that can just reach out to me directly and get access to all the video courses I plan to make for life. There'll also be a link down there that's 30 free short AI emails automated that I'll send you a day that help help you understand how to use it better for your business and your life. And there's also the updated AI mentor mode with the new ChatGPT project interface. Kind of missed the old one, but whatever. And that turns anyone, if you follow the instructions, into your personal AI mentor. So pretty sweet. I'll clearly specify which ones are free, which ones are paid. You can check them out. The people at YouTube think you're going to love this video here, and I agree with them. So check that out next. Thank you for watching. Peace.